They say the measure of a society is how it treats its most vulnerable. I think the measure of a city is simpler. Can everyone get from point A to point B, not just the young, the able-bodied, the people who can sprint up a flight of stairs to catch a train? Everyone. Because accessible public transit isn't a perk, it's not a luxury item on a city planner's checklist, it's a fundamental human right. It's the key that unlocks a city, that unlocks opportunity, that unlocks independence. It's the difference between being a spectator in your own town and being an active participant in the chaos and the beauty of it all. It's about freedom. So, we started asking a question, a big one. Which cities are actually getting this right? Forget the promises, forget the press releases. We wanted to know where the rubber meets the road, or where the wheels meet the platform, literally. We looked at the nuts and bolts, the stuff that makes or breaks a journey for millions. We're talking step-free access, from the sidewalk to the train car. We're talking elevators that don't just exist but actually work, every single day. We're talking low-floor buses and trams that don't require a feat of engineering to board. It's about the details. This isn't just about ramps and lifts though. It's about a philosophy. It's about designing a system with empathy, thinking about the person who can't see the signs, or the person who can't hear the announcements. So we factored in the tech, the audio cues, the visual information, the apps that give you real-time data on whether an elevator is out of service. The cities on this list aren't perfect, no city is, but they are the ones pushing the boundaries, the ones investing, innovating, and most importantly, listening. They're the cities that understand that when you design for accessibility, you don't just improve the system for a few, you improve it for everyone. For the parent with a stroller, the traveler with heavy luggage, the person with a temporary injury, and the elderly citizen who just wants to visit their grandkids across town. This is about building cities for people. All people. Let's get into it. So you land at number 1, the top spot, the champion, and you find yourself in Seattle. It's a city known for rain, for coffee, for tech giants that change the world. But underneath all that, it's a city quietly building a public transit system that is a masterclass in integration and accessibility. The Link Light Rail, the King County Metro buses, the iconic Washington State ferries, they don't feel like separate companies fighting for your fare. They feel like one cohesive organism, designed with a singular purpose, to get you where you need to go, no matter your mobility. Let's talk about the foundation. Level boarding. It sounds simple, the platform is the same height as the train floor, but the execution is everything. In Seattle, it's the standard. You roll on, you roll off. No ramps, no waiting for staff, no feeling like you're causing a delay. Comprehensive elevators, inclusive service policies, clear AV announcements, and the Orca card across every mode. It removes friction and makes independent travel routine. And then there are the ferries. For most cities, water is a barrier. In Seattle, it's a highway. The Washington State ferries are integral to the public transit network and just as accessible as their land-based counterparts. Wide gangways, elevators to every deck, and staff accustomed to helping passengers with all kinds of needs. It means the beautiful islands and peninsulas of the Puget Sound are not off-limits. They're part of the accessible map. That's what makes Seattle the champion. It delivers on the promise of an integrated, inclusive, truly public transportation system. Coming in at number 2, we head to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is a city of monuments, of power, of history carved in stone. And its metro rail was built with a monumental idea. Accessibility isn't an upgrade, it's the blueprint. Where other systems squeezed elevators in later, D1C made them prominent and central. The primary path for anyone not taking the escalator, backed by robust maintenance to keep those links operational. Then on board, roomy cars built for massive crowds. Capacity that directly benefits accessibility with wide aisles and real usable priority spaces. What solidifies DC's spot is consistency. From station to station, you know you'll find an elevator, a manageable gap, and space to move. While no system is flawless, DC stands as proof of what happens when accessibility is baked in from the beginning. Reliable, independent travel. Okay, so, number 3. We're going to Tokyo. You think chaos, then realize it's precision. It's a machine. The paradox. A complex city that's truly accessible, because the philosophy matches the hardware. Tokyo's answer to the gap? Automated gap fillers. Integrated solutions that say, we thought about this. And where needed, staff are ready with portable ramps, precision paired with care. Vast stations become navigable with sprawling, clearly marked elevator networks in the main flow, not hidden away. Platform screen doors. pristine concourses, on-time trains. Yes, but it's the culture of service that elevates the system. From tactile paving to proactive attendance, Tokyo shows how tech and empathy make a masterclass in accessible design. Number 4. Singapore. Singapore is the gold standard. Built with a singular vision of efficiency and quality of life, the MRT is the nation's circulatory system, barrier-free routes from street to platform, level boarding, and clearly marked wheelchair spaces. Accessibility so integrated, you almost stop noticing it. A multi-sensory approach, tactile paths, clear announcements, multilingual signage. The system is speaking to you. Trained, visible staff, and relentless top-down planning from the Land Transport Authority make barrier-free travel a foundational principle. A world-class, inclusive network that feels like a public service. Reliable, clean, safe, and for everybody. That's the gold standard. Okay, so, London. History, cobblestones, the world's oldest subway, the tube, means stairs, and problems. For years, a wheelchair, or even heavy luggage, made the city a puzzle with pieces missing. But London evolves. It adapts. Enter the Elizabeth Line. A gleaming step-free statement. Wide gates, clean glass elevators, and near-perfect level boarding. No ramps, no awkward gaps. On the street, the black cab. Everyone with a ramp, drivers trained. Accessibility is standard, not a special service. Retrofitting the tube, while the Elizabeth Line and black cabs hold up a more accessible city. Build new, adapt old, and make getting from A to B a choice of how, not if. Seoul sprints into the future, hyper-efficient and tech-forward. Everything talks to you. Korean, English, Japanese, Chinese, removing anxiety. Full-height platform doors create a bubble of safety, huge for visually impaired riders, families, and mobility devices. City-wide lifts that work and are easy to find. Confidence built into vertical circulation. Apps hand control back to the traveler. Planned step-free routes and transfers in advance. Multilingual info, dependable lifts, platform doors, and smart data. Seoul's physically accessible and psychologically reassuring. New York City. The subway is iconic and historically inaccessible with so many stairs. Progress has been painfully slow with big gaps remaining. But look up to the streets, the unsung hero. Buses. Every single MTA bus is accessible. Ramps and trained operators make it routine. A grid of certainty that connects neighborhoods. And now, ferries transform the waterways from barrier to option. Modern boats, stable gangways, and supportive staff. Beautiful, legitimate commuting for everyone. It's not perfect or fully integrated, but it's grit. Buses and ferries offering world-class freedom while the subway fights its history. Barcelona is a living machine for moving people, because what's underneath works for everyone. It's not a single shiny line, it's the whole grid run on inclusion. Step-free buses plus step-free metro create predictable, seamless transfers. Quiet, methodical upgrades make the system actually usable, not just technically accessible. Nearly all metro stations now accessible, and buses fully equipped. It's doing the work. Invest, retrofit, and focus on details. Barcelona builds a reliable, empowering city for daily life. Sydney looks futuristic, but transit was a patchwork. That's changing fast. A conscious upgrade. New metro lines built with accessibility in the DNA. When access is baked in, confidence follows. No dark tucked-away lifts. Not just metro. Light rail modernized and ferries integrated as vital links. Trains, trams, ferries, all lifted to a higher standard, creating a network, not isolated lines. It takes time, money, and will. But Sydney shows it's never too late to modernize for everyone. Berlin, stitched back together, resilient, practical, a complex blend that isn't the shiniest, but it works. Low-floor trams glide through the city, you just roll right on, no ramp needed. Surface access avoids the staircase gauntlet, clarity everywhere. Next stop, doorside, transfers, information is accessibility. Underground upgrades take time, but heavy rail and surface networks keep improving. Blend modes, nail details, Berlin keeps moving forward. Chicago is a grind, in the best way. The CTA decided, we need to do more. Dragging a legendary system into the future, elevators where there were only stairs, dirty, expensive, disruptive, but necessary. Meanwhile, buses carry the backbone today, every single bus accessible, citywide. Trains are a work in progress. Buses work now, expand options, so independence isn't delayed. Relentless push, real difference, massive win. Hong Kong is intensity engineered. The MTR is ruthless efficiency made inclusive. Flow first, predictable elevators in the main path, not hidden. Seamless for one is seamless for everyone. Islands demand multimodal links, clear paths from train to ferry, with ramps and assistance on the historic Star Ferry. Convenience to the extreme, signage, elevators, and connections tuned so friction disappears. Dubai feels built tomorrow, and its metro keeps that promise for everyone. Accessibility is in the blueprint. Silent language underfoot guides you end to end. Gapless, ramp-free independence, wide aisles, multiple dedicated spaces, multilingual clarity, engineered confidence. Ambition wasn't just vertical, it was systemic. The Dubai Metro bakes in inclusivity as a gold standard. Madrid wasn't built yesterday, history in every stone, energy around the clock, not one feature, comprehensive investment, year after year. First, buses. The entire EMT fleet is accessible, certainty in every neighborhood. Underground, more than 60% of stations are step-free and rising. Massive retrofits in deep stations. Accessible buses above, step-free metro below, integrated mobility for spontaneous daily life. Policy, funding, and persistence, not flash, drive progress. Madrid proves you don't need to be newest or richest, just committed. So, that's it. 15 cities, 15 stories of steel, concrete, technology, policy, for one simple idea: everyone deserves the freedom to move. From seamless Seattle to futuristic Dubai, these cities show what's possible. Accessibility is a design choice, a policy decision, a commitment to inclusive communities. It benefits everyone: parent with a stroller, traveler with luggage, someone on crutches, an active elder. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. The real experts are riders. Get in the comments, tell us your experiences. What did we miss? What's your city getting right? This isn't just a list, it's a challenge. To cities to do better, and to all of us to demand more.